Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be talking about a possible winter storm Eartha as well as the northeast impacts. But if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. So we have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings in 4 states: Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. But that's all the alerts for this storm system in general. So let's move on to the radar. Currently we have some snow here in Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, and that'll be kind of diminishing over the next 24 hours. But we do have some moisture here in terms of Gulf moisture. It's pretty heavy and could be weakening a little bit, but then re-strengthening it as it starts to tap into both the Gulf and the Atlantic Ocean. So let's move on here to the HRRR model. So here is the HRRR model, or the HRRR. We have 48 hours of loop time here, so let's take advantage of them. So you can see that this storm system kind of fizzles out according to the HRRR model, but you get this other low pressure here that kind of re-strengthens it a little bit before that next low pressure starts to come into play. So now let's move on here. So we're at about this point right here. Starts pulling up that moisture. Then we get this new low pressure, and it starts to pull up more moisture as that warm front now brings some rain toward the northeast. But as that happens, we have this storm system up here bringing that cold air, and then you get this, a possible nor'easter here. Let's actually go here. So this is actually, we're going to compare the models in just a second. Possible nor'easter, some impacts here, especially interior northeast. The big question is, I'm going to actually zoom in on the northeast right now. The big question here is, what about Boston into New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia? So what about this I-95 corridor? So let's just include all the states: Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, southern New York, and New Jersey, as well as Pennsylvania. Now I think that some of these areas get some snow in the northeast. Maine gets snow, New Hampshire, Vermont, upstate New York, western PA, maybe even DC can get a little bit of snow. Probably unlikely because of temperatures, but you have this back end. Now the places that are going to see the most snow from this are going to have this snow on the warm front side, then get more snow on the back end, and that ends up being New Hampshire and Vermont. They could see probably close to a foot if all goes correctly. And here is the best case scenario. This is just the last model run. You can see a foot of snow in parts of Massachusetts and Vermont. A pretty good swath here of 6 to 12 inches from, I think that is either Putnam or Dutchess County, through northwestern Connecticut, through western Massachusetts, into southwestern New Hampshire, and pretty much the southern half of Vermont. Now, right now, it's kind of starting to play less of a role because of the models and the kind of inconsistencies there. But I do want to compare this to the European model. Let's go to the Northeast US here, and let's go to snow depth. Now, this is where things get a little bit weird. If we compare these two, you have, let's actually compare these two, they're a little bit more closely aligned here. This model run here kind of has that center, the target point here, much further east. You can see it's kind of paralleling the Connecticut River, I think, through here. I mean, I know the Connecticut River runs through here, so a little bit left of it, or west of it, as you get further north. But besides that, you can see that this is much further west, this target point. And that is the inconsistency with these models. And if we look at the 18Z model run, you can see that this is kind of pivoted, right? You have this, which is kind of straight north with some northeast parallel lines. This is pretty much all northeast, no real north-south depth in this snow cover. So there's a lot of things that we got to take into account here. That warm front, and if there's enough cool air ahead of that warm front to deliver snow, and how heavy that snow will be, because that'll add to the snow total. Then areas that don't switch over to rain in the middle get more snow, and then on the back end, how strong is that back end, and how will that affect the snow totals as well. So lots to think about over the next couple of days here, but that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.